Who's this?
Who? No, this is Will Ferrell. Are you looking for John? Who are you looking for, John or Ryan? Oh, Sarah. Yeah, she's down here at the end of the table. She's trying to interview me right now. Should she call you back? Are you home? Okay. No, I know. It came up. It said mom on there. So just know you're on speed dial as mom. Okay. Yes, you should. You should be. You should love that. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Well, come on down. We'll be here all day. Okay? Okay, bye-bye. So call mom.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Do you want to do anything with this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the first time I'm using. Sorry.
First and last time you're using it?
Yeah, basically. Not an iPhone, so there you go.
Proves you're good at improv, though.
Right?
Yeah.
See?
You got to be able to.
You got to be able to
handle
roll
those
with it.
situations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I was just watching telenovelas and how ridiculous they are,
Yeah.
and I mean that lovingly. But that I just thought, oh, that'd be funny to put yourself in the middle of one of those and to actually commit to, and not have the joke be that you're speaking Spanish poorly, but to actually try to speak as well as I possibly could.
Like this could actually be something you saw on
right,
TV.
and that the premise being that you're watching a movie and it's an entire Latino cast, and that Will Ferrell is essentially playing a Mexican actor as part of this cast.
Right.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
And I had it for a while, and then I heard, I kept going, God, that'd be funny to do, and I really want to do that. And then I heard a rumor that someone was writing a script about telenovelas, and I thought, oh, if I better do it, otherwise someone's going to jump on that idea before I do.
Did you have to learn your lines almost phonetically for this? And secondly, when other characters would speak Spanish, improvise in Spanish around you, was the bewildered look that you were?
Yeah, that's
that
the
was
look of an
natural?
actor just trying to remember their lines in Spanish. That's exactly, you nailed it. No, I didn't, I know enough Spanish to where I wasn't learning it phonetically, but I did. This guy, Patrick Perez, who translated the script from English to Spanish, just offered up to be my coach, and so we started working about a month out from the beginning of filming, and then he would come to my house every day, depending on the call. A lot of times 5 in the morning, 5:30 we'd drive, because where we shot was about an hour outside of LA, so we just drive for an hour and go over the lines for that day, and then drive back home and start the work for the next day. So I just had to kind of continually work on the Spanish around the clock. But yeah, if anyone improvised, I never knew. So
They could be calling you any sort of name in the book and you wouldn't know.
Are they done speaking? And go.
Were you part of the casting process, like getting Gael in your Western grip, like Diego Luna?
Yes. Well, we were lucky in that Diego and Gael were a little bit of one-stop shopping, in that they're represented by the same agent here in the States, and she had read the script and thought, oh, it's really funny, I'll reach out to these guys, and we just got lucky that I think Diego read it first, and he was actually mad when he read it, because he said my first reaction was so angry that we didn't think of this idea. And he loved it, but then Gael read it, and they really saw it as they don't get to ask, they're not asked to ever do comedy, number one. Number two, to kind of do a send-up of telenovelas and these cheesy spaghetti westerns that were predominant in Mexican cinema in the early 70s. And they also loved kind of what it said about the cliche views that Mexico has about the U.S. and vice versa, and we were just lucky that they wanted to be a part of it, because it obviously gives the movie legitimacy, in the eyes of Latinos, to have actors of their caliber being on the screen. So.
What was the atmosphere of the set like? I mean, you're a big soccer fan. Did you guys ever break up the soccer ball and go kick it around the fields?
No. You have to remember, I just sat in a corner in between takes, memorizing my lines around the clock. That's all I could do. We only had 23 days to shoot this in, so it was pretty much hurry up and shoot it and move on to the next thing. And that was, otherwise I just literally, I really didn't talk to anyone, because it was such a 23-day fever dream, that I was waiting for it to break and finally be over.
You work with a real great actor, Pedro Armendariz Jr., and this was actually his final film. Can you talk a little bit about working with him and maybe some of the experiences that you had with him? Do any kind of recollections of any stories?
Yeah, he was great. He was kind of a throwback to like the old Hollywood actor. He had.
He's been in so many films.
Yeah, and these
amazing.
Great stories of because his father was a huge star in Mexico as well, and stories of hanging out with John Wayne and all these amazing kind of things, and which we kind of shared John Wayne stories, because as a kid, I didn't know it, nor do I remember it, but at 3 or 4 years old, I walked up to this man and said hello, and it was John Wayne.
No way.
And, in a drugstore, and he picked me up and asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and a little crowd gathered around, and he told a story of he just finished a football movie with Pat O'Brien or something like that,
and you're like, why is the stranger holding me?
Yeah, I know. And of course, so we both. So I told him my John Wayne story, which I don't think he cared about, but no, he was just great. He was great. He knew exactly what to do.
Is this your first subtitled effort? It really takes you to art film category.
It does. It does. Yeah. I think it's the first outside of Anchorman, where Baxter talked to the bears in subtitles. Yeah. This is my second subtitled movie, technically. But first where I'm subtitled. And so maybe I can get in through to the Oscars through Best Foreign Film. Now, that's the goal. Yeah.
Do you prefer like that kind of humor that sneaks up on you, or the more raunchy form like Eastbound and Down? Like, because it has like
Yeah.
the poor production value or the intentional poor
Yeah,
production
yeah.
value?
I mean, I think they're both great. I mean, it's when it shocks you and smacks you in the face, it's really funny, and then on the other hand, a movie like this, it was a great game to figure out how many flubs we could figure out to put in the movie, and that's why it's really fun to watch it with an audience, because each audience reacts differently and points out different things, and a lot of the stuff I forgot that we even put in the movie, but yeah, either way. Yeah.
Is it your goal to have your buttocks in every single thing you do?
Well, you see, now this is becoming more of a legend now, because if we took a list of all my movies, it'd be probably less than 10% show my butt.
Was it your idea or someone
No,
else's?
that was written in the script that Sonia and I would kiss, and it would lead to a dramatic lovemaking scene, but that the scene would just literally be shots of butts. And I think Andrew wrote shots of butts, period, lots and lots of butts, period, way too many butts. And when I read that, I thought, oh, that is a perfect way to spoof a lovemaking scene. And
Did you consider a body double, or you just
never,
like,
no.
Okay.
But my butt is not the one that you think it is.
Okay. Oh,
Mine's
okay.
the one that looks like the lady's butt.
Okay.
Yeah. The other hairy, more muscular butt is Genesis' butt, which she's not going to like that I said that, but it's true. So.
Are you worried about a negative backlash from the Hispanic community
Yes.
at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next question. That's why I made it. Yeah. No, I mean, you know, we. Here's the thing: unless they're lying to me, most, if not all, of the Latino press have just kind of loved the movie, and I've even had people thank me for making it. I think only for a couple of reasons. I think because you don't really get to see that many opportunities for Latino actors to have comedies dedicated solely to them, and the fact I think it'd be different if I was just speaking bad Spanish and not really sure, taking care of the language, so to speak. But the fact that we kind of, at the same time, we also, some people were like, how did you know about we love the narco story, and how did you, it's a great kind of comment on what both sides are going, and we're like, well, yeah, we knew what we were doing all along.
We did extensive research.
Yeah, extensive, but the fact that I think it's kind of fair to both sides that we're safe, and that's what we intended to do.
Do you have like a favorite scene, or was there anything in particular that, since you were studying so much of the other time, anything
right.
stand out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, the shooting of the Butts lovemaking scene was a very unique experience, especially when we brought the mannequin in. That was pretty crazy. I mean, one of the scenes that makes me laugh a lot is there's just, like you said, there's a lot of subtle moments. There's moments where when Diego's character first introduced and we have this embrace, oh my brother, we're so close, and if you look, he pushes me out of the way as hard as he can. There's little moments like that where, and when Sonia and I go horseback riding and the trees are they're literally being pulled on a dolly with guys getting just below the frame line, and then they reset and they start to pull them again. Those touches just kill me. And also to when we get to the pond of the Seven Tears and Genesis says, oh, it's the most beautiful place I've ever seen, and it's the crappiest set ever. Like, that kind of stuff kills me. I laugh every single time.
There's sort of the obligatory question, I guess, kind of like maybe sort of a wrap-up question, because this is coming out really soon, and then
Right.
we're going to be down at South by Southwest talking to the guys
To
about
Matt
this as
and
well.
Andrew, yeah.
What's next on the horizon for you? I know everybody keeps asking, are we ever going to see Anchorman 2? Are we ever going to see Step Brothers 2? I mean, like...
Yeah, I mean, we're still trying to fight to make Anchorman 2, and then Step Brothers. It's crazy how much that movie's kind of had this life outside of its initial release, and even though it did great, but so I think there's I don't know. I don't want to say anything because then it gets
Because then it goes on the internet and everybody thinks it's gospel.
And then oh, I heard you guys are making it. So we're we're just talking about all of it.
Yeah.
How's that for a vague answer?
Is there any chance you'll be back on SNL? A lot of people have been coming back to host.
I'm supposed to host. Yeah.
Oh, really?
In May. Yeah.
Oh, wow, yay.
Just for the heck of it. Yeah. With
great.
nothing to promote or anything. And
Wow.
they may replay it in August when Zach and I's movie come out in August. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna go and because this movie, The Campaign, that Zach and I just finished, Jason Sudeikis is in it, and he was kind of my campaign. He plays my campaign manager, but we had so much fun hanging out that I was like, God, I should just come host and
Yeah.
just for shits and giggles and
Seems like the returning guest that used
yeah,
to
and
be on the
because
show,
usually
like, they're
you're
big
plugging a
hit.
movie or this,
Yeah,
that, and the other,
yeah.
and so it'll be kind of fun to just show up and do sketches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Thank you. call your mom.
March 16th.